Hi, this is Father Barry, and we're day to day with St. Joseph. And I got myself a little cue card to help me remember. So today is the 22nd, it's Monday. And we'll be talking about Bethlehem and Nazareth, okay? Bethlehem and Nazareth, towns associated with Joseph, towns associated with Jesus. Joseph likely born in Bethlehem, Jesus born in Bethlehem. Jesus lives a lot of years in Nazareth because he's living with Joseph in Nazareth. And then Jesus lives a little longer in Nazareth because Joseph has passed, though we don't know the exact date when that was. Nazareth and Bethlehem, they're not exactly close by. Nazareth to Bethlehem would have been a long walk if Joseph was walking along with an animal and Mary riding astride it and pregnant. They would have been taking their time going slowly from one end of the country to the other. I got a lot of Christmas cards this year that depicted that. Even in this difficult year we had, I still got a number of Christmas cards, and the Magi were the other predominant card I got. And Bethlehem then is the arrival place for the Magi. And, they come to Jerusalem and they say, where is the newborn King of the Jews? And Herod doesn't know. Herod's like caught off guard. I don't know. It was last thing on his mind. But, in Israel it wasn't. There were the Essenes, these strict apocalypse believers that were up in the Judean hills and thinking it was the time. There were other people that were thinking that this is the time the Christ might come. But when the Magi come to Jerusalem, they're only a few miles away. The star has led them where they are, and they ask. But in the scriptures it is found, as Herod sends some people scurrying off, the scriptures say that in you, O Bethlehem, shall be born this Savior. It is in Micah, the book of prophecy of Micah. And so Bethlehem was on the map in history because of King David. That's where he was born. And he was from there and later became king, so that put it on the map. Just like some towns where U.S. presidents were from. It's on the map because they come from there. Otherwise, some of those places would be kind of forgotten places of America. So we have Bethlehem and far away from Nazareth. And there was that one famous journey from one place to the other. Today, there's people that are interested in making a pilgrimage. And there's other people that go on arranged pilgrimages where both of those places are on their stops, Holy Land pilgrimages. We can say a prayer here for the Bethlehem Christians because they haven't had it too good. The Christian population suffers a lot and goes through a lot of difficulty, and there are Catholics still there trying to practice their faith. And to the north, Lebanon, that's been a really hard thing. And, well, the story of the Middle East. It's just been difficult. There's a patriarch in Jerusalem who would be, a very special priest overlooking what's going on there. There's some other patriarchs in the Catholic faith that go around, and it's connected to the Orthodox faith and how we emerged, really, in that area. But it was mostly Constantine that got everybody going to Palestine's going to Israel again and finding things. And Helena, the mother, the saint, she's the one that found the true cross and some other interesting things. You go back to the history, the true history of the place. Christianity leaves a lot of evidence behind, and so church fathers like Alexander, who was a bishop of Jerusalem, origin of Alexandria, that would be Egypt's Alexandria, they begin to seek out the locations and come in and look around and try to find the things. Justin Martyr preceded them, really, in the 2nd century, a famous name in the Catholic faith if you don't know him. And he located the cave in Bethlehem and the nativity spot. This is how we know where these places are. Some people have other ideas of where it could be, but we're pretty much going with what has been the church's testimony early on. 4th century, there's a church that's built in Bethlehem in the shepherd's fields. It's just where the shepherd saw the angels and was told to go down and see the child. So there's a church that was built there. There were 2 in Nazareth, near where, Jesus' childhood home was. This cave connection is, from the birth of Jesus and then the death of Jesus, as the Holy Land Franciscans will show you that there's some things that happen in caves. Now, speaking of caves, I go back to USA and things with Bethlehem, going out to Luray, Virginia, and also going up to Stony Man, if you've ever been to Stony Man, some of the mountains and over there. I remember I was there on the 4th of July and ran into a church called the Bethlehem Christian Church. And it was in Stanley, Virginia. And it was just a little white church. You could fit just so many in it. And it was along a babbling creek. It was actually waterfalls kind of stuff going on next to it. And I thought, well, there's a nice church to go to. It wasn't Catholic, Bethlehem Christian Church. But it was cute. And I bet you the people that live out there in the country like it. And they like the name they gave to it. So the big name, I guess, in church history is Eusebius, who wrote a life of Constantine. He wrote an ecclesiastical history, church history. And he wrote about this church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus, the church that's built over the place where Jesus died. He writes about the church in the Nativity, and another one in the Mount of Olives. And he associates it to the Ascension as well as the betrayal garden. And he says that the early church, after her persecution period was over from the Romans, because Constantine declared Christianity as the religion now for the world under him, they were able to go into the Holy Land and kind of begin again.